Hello everyone and welcome to Career Focus, a show where we delve into career advice for budding film and TV students. So today we are joined by Mark Labbett and Hayley Palmer, and we're going to be talking to these two about their lives on TV and their careers as a whole. So welcome both of you.
Thank you so much.
But first of all, before we start, let's take a look at both of you in action. The pair have been showing their faces on television for years. Mark has been a quizmaster on ITV's The Chase since 2009, and Hayley has been presenting Saturday Night with Hayley Palmer since 2021 on Sky. So now the two of you are taking the world by storm as being TV's most famous power couple. How does it feel about being in the public eye, Mark?
It's weird because I'm used to some level of notoriety, but this is a whole new level. I mean, we were in LA walking down a quiet street on the way to the diner and we got papped. They'd hidden a car somewhere and must have used a lens.
Yeah, that's always really scary when someone's taking photos and they're coming out in the Daily Mail the next day. But for me, I wasn't used to the press writing about me, but last year it all kicked off and it went everywhere, and it is quite overwhelming because you're out of control.
Yeah.
So you're like, but now we're used to it, and we're really lucky because they've said really nice things as well.
That's good. Well, both of you have very established TV careers. Hayley, what would you say is your one piece of advice for someone starting out?
I would say don't take rejection personally, because so many of us just give up at the first hurdle, but actually it's not personal. Keep going, try again 3 months later, 6 months later, if you really want it. And also, just because it's not right at that particular moment, it could be right in a year's time. So just don't give up.
Yeah. Well, Mark, how would you say that your early life has affected your career in general?
Well, teaching gave me the ability to condense information into short bite-sized chunks, which is perfect for TV.
Yeah.
And dare I say it, being a maths teacher is perfect for being just enough of a bad guy for the role I play.
Yeah. Well, Hayley, how would you say that you started out in the industry?
Well, I was lucky enough to get a work placement at ITV, and as soon as I stepped onto the set of Loose Women This Morning, I just felt the magic, and I thought, this is exactly where I want to be. I just knew it.
Yeah.
A light bulb moment went off. So I was lucky to have that break. But I worked behind the scenes, and I soon realised that wasn't for me because I talk too much. So I made the decision to make that career in front of the camera, and I haven't regretted it since.
Oh, well, we've got a surprise for you guys right now. So what we've done is we've gone around LCC and asked some students for their questions to ask to you guys. But first of all, let's take a look at both of you in action on Loose Women.
What are you doing to mark the special occasion of the year?
Well, we're actually going, it might be quite sad to some people, but to us it's really special. And we're going back to the bench, where we kind of sat on this bench on a beach a year ago. And I think it's where we first kind of thought, actually, this could be something.
She's very kindly got me a membership of a national gym chain, so that's quite handy. Or plus, a lot of the hotels these days have 24-hour gyms, so you can, and then I've got no excuse. She's already saying she's planning to go to the gym this afternoon, and I'm thinking nap time, and she's going, no.
Wow, you two work so well together. So let's take a look at some questions now. So we're ready for the first clip.
Hi, so my question is for Mark. How did you maintain the balance between your career as a quizzer and your personal life?
It's Mark.
Well, the hard work was done 20 years ago, acquiring the base knowledge, but since then I keep it topped up. For example, I read a good newspaper every day. I also keep an eye on film and TV, and Hayley can confirm I sat through 3 hours of Taylor Swift the other day. Great music, but...
Really loved it.
Oh, well, we've got another question. This one's for you, Hayley. So, what job did you have before working in TV, and what really prompted you to want to become a producer and a presenter?
Well, I was teaching dancing, so I was always kind of in entertainment, but I've always loved talking, and I've seen other people be a presenter, and I thought, is that a dream that could never happen? But one day I was just like, you know what, I'm going to really work hard and I'm going to give it my everything. And since that day, I've been grafting every day to make the dream happen. And I'm so glad that I did take that opportunity.
Yeah. well, fantastic. Let's play another video.
My question is for Hayley. At the beginning of your career, who did you see yourself as? Did you always want to become a producer or a presenter?
I think the word presenter, you just think, oh, it's quite scary. But actually, if you break it down into mini goals, it is achievable. Even now, I'm still doing my daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, all towards my dream, and it all adds up. I call it small wins when you get a small win towards your goal. So I'm very focused in my mindset, and I'm very focused about taking action, and that's the key that you need to be a presenter.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way to be. But the last question is for both of you guys, so let's play the video.
My question is for both of you, and I wanted to know what the hardest thing was about working in TV, and how do you overcome it?
To Mark?
The long hours, which everybody else will have started out in the same job as you as a runner, so there won't be a lot of sympathy. Learn from as many people as you can, but bear in mind personal recommendations are everything in television. So above all else, make a decent cup of tea.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I would say that I've interviewed lots of people on my show, and you can interview some big stars, little stars, but sometimes they can come in, be a bit cold, be a bit frosty, and it's up to you to navigate that scenario and mirror them and get the best out of them. So for me, sometimes that's hard when people aren't opening up, but I feel like I can do that and break people down, and then you know you've done a good job.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm really sorry to stop you there, but I think that's all we might have time for today. Thank you very much for coming on our show, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye.